A pair of hands meticulously crafts a small wool doll, especially loves these handmade toys. Wool doll especially loves these handmade toys, demonstrating how to form the wool into a ball, acknowledging it might be tricky for beginners. But the seemingly wholesome crafting video Kim Dokja is watching holds a dark secret. It's not a relic from the peaceful past, but a broadcast from after the war began. Kim Dokja, mirroring the movements on his screen, tries his hand at making the doll, a stark contrast to the desolate world outside. He reflects on the strange innovations of the apocalypse, allowing survivors to connect and interact online, even in the direst circumstances. The video host, a kind-looking man, smiles as he finishes the doll, instructing viewers to clean up any imperfections. Outside, a year has passed since the devastating war began, leaving the world in ruins. Kim Dokja muses that given the current grim reality, his cautious approach to survival might not be an overreaction after all. A bloodied, hooded figure gasps for breath, a chilling presence known in the community as the Human Hunter. After the war, this terrifying individual began uploading gruesome proofs of his kills, sending shivers down everyone's spines. Yet he wasn't doing it for sport or mere survival. His actions served a singular, twisted purpose. Kim Dokja slowly pieced together the horrifying truth. This human hunter was addicted to murder, finding satisfaction in each kill. No wonder everyone was on edge, living in constant fear of this predator lurking in the shadows. A shiver runs down Kim Dokja's spine as the full weight of this realization hits him. Meanwhile, high up in the snowy mountains, a figure scans the desolate landscape through binoculars, searching for something specific. Kim Dokja, bundled against the cold, watches from his own vantage point, knowing he too must stay vigilant. A group of rough-looking men huddle together in the snow, one of them exclaiming in surprise. Chief Hong, a grizzled man with a beard, recognizes something in the distance, a sinister smile playing on his lips. It's Chief Hong and the very workers who helped construct Kim Dokja's bunker, now hardened raiders returning to collect from an old client. A metallic click echoes, signaling that weapons are being readied, the tension palpable. Inside his bunker, Kim Dokja opens a hidden weapons locker, a creaking sound breaking the silence. He grips a heavy axe, its blade glinting ominously, preparing for the inevitable confrontation. Outside, the raiders confirm their location, realizing the underground concert hall is indeed the bunker they built. They notice the bunker doors are already open, sparking suspicion and a warning to be careful of a potential trap. Chief Hong orders Min Jae-woo and Hyunbyeom to scout ahead, sending them into the unknown with a swift gesture. Min Jae-woo, carrying a shield, and Hyunbyeom, armed with a rifle, cautiously step into the dark entrance of the bunker. They bump into something in the darkness, their eyes widening in surprise and confusion. To their astonishment, they discover boxes upon boxes of cigarettes, a rare and valuable find in the apocalypse. Still wary, Hyunbyeom asks if anyone smells rotting corpses, his guard still up despite the unexpected bounty. He takes a deep sniff, trying to detect any signs of danger or hidden threats. Min Jae-woo confirms there's nothing, no smell of death, seemingly giving them the all-clear. Chief Hong, however, remains cautious, shouting orders for them to thoroughly check every corner of the bunker. Suddenly, Kim Dokja bursts from the shadows, striking Hyunbyeom with brutal force, sending him flying. He crashes into another raider, bullets fly, and Kim Dokja moves with deadly precision, taking down his attackers. Blood splatters as Kim Dokja continues his relentless assault, leaving no room for mercy. With a powerful slam, Kim Dokja brings his axe down. Another raider cries out in pain. He stands over a fallen raider, axe raised, as the man desperately begs for his life, pleading to be spared. Kim Dokja surveys the carnage, noting that only 3 of the raiders remain standing. Outside, Chief Hong, enraged, prepares to rush in, but a subordinate reminds him to use the tear gas first, a more strategic approach. Chief Hong grins, agreeing to smoke out whoever is inside, confident in his smart plan to flush them out. But Kim Dokja anticipates their move, slamming the bunker door shut with a resounding thud. With a resolute expression, Kim Dokja declares that he won't let them succeed, sealing off the entrance. Chief Hong curses as the door slams shut, quickly shifting tactics to find the bunker's ventilation system. He confidently states that he helped build the place, knowing the vents are the only other way in, and once tear gas is deployed, it's over. Inside, Kim Dokja, rifle in hand, eyes a ventilation shaft, already aware of their next move. He moves swiftly and silently, preparing to counter the raiders' new strategy. Chief Hong orders another tear gas canister to be thrown into the vents, pressing his advantage. A raider confirms, then drops the canister, sending it clattering into the ventilation system. Suddenly, a gunshot rings out from inside the bunker, Kim Dokja firing directly at the incoming tear gas. Chief Hong and his men are stunned, their faces reflecting shock at Kim Dokja's unexpected counterattack. Kim Dokja, bloodied but unyielding, fires again, his determination unwavering. One of the remaining raiders, wounded and terrified, throws up his hands, surrendering to Kim Dokja. Kim Dokja, still aiming his rifle, demands to know how many of them are left. The surrendering raider, Chief Hong, claims he's the last one alive, his voice trembling. Kim Dokja clicks his rifle, his eyes narrowed in suspicion, as Chief Hong desperately insists he's telling the truth, that there were 5 of them in total. Kim Dokja shoves Chief Hong, demanding to know what he did, his anger simmering beneath the surface. He holds up the small, innocent lamb doll, the very one from the crafting video, a symbol of his burning question. With a brutal crack, Kim Dokja attacks Chief Hong, his rage unleashed, demanding answers. He grabs Chief Hong by the collar, fiercely asking what happened to the doll's owner and if they killed everyone there. Chief Hong tries to protest, claiming it's a misunderstanding, but Kim Dokja delivers another forceful blow. The raider quickly clarifies, insisting they didn't kill anyone, that there was only one person there, and it wasn't them. He reveals the shocking truth: the doll's owner was already dead when they arrived, implying another killer was there first. Kim Dokja's expression hardens, and he orders Chief Hong to take him to the scene. Chief Hong points to a bloodied body, confirming it's the man Kim Dokja is looking for, the doll maker, now a victim of the apocalypse. A body lies on the ground, blood splattered around its head. This is the brutal aftermath of a recent encounter. A raider, part of a scavenging team, asks his team leader if they managed to find anything useful out there. The team leader, surrounded by more dead bodies, grimly replies that they have more than enough here. The scene is a desolate wasteland of destruction and death. A terrified raider, hands raised in surrender, pleads with an unseen figure, asking if he'll finally be let go after doing what was asked of him. Desperate, the raider tries to justify his actions, claiming he has his own reasons, even blurting out that he has kids. A gun is slowly raised, and a cold voice tells the raider he's mistaken. There was never any intention of letting raiders live, especially those who know where his home is. Meanwhile, Lee Jinwoo is enjoying a rare warm day outside his bunker, appreciating the simple comfort in a ruined world. His peaceful moment is interrupted when he notices a drone whirring in the sky, catching his attention. Back with the raiders, they're facing off against mutated dogs, their glowing eyes a terrifying sight in the dim light. The mutated dogs attack, tearing through the raiders with savage ferocity, blood splattering everywhere. Another raider, watching the drone feed, curses, wondering where Lee Jinwoo could have possibly gone, questioning if there's even a place to hide out in this desolate world. One of his comrades scoffs, asking how anyone could confuse a military base for something else, and if they're even looking in the right place. The first raider, clearly annoyed, warns that if they don't find him, he'll take it out of his share. Suddenly, another raider excitedly shouts that he's found their next prey, eager to go after her. His excitement is short-lived as a torrent of blood erupts, his face contorted in shock and pain. He screams in agony, clutching his face as he collapses, the brutal attack leaving him no chance. Back in his bunker, Lee Jinwoo calmly notes that the mutated dogs are nearby, his expression unreadable as he looks at his laptop. High above, Han Yujin stands on a rooftop, rifle in hand, watching a drone fly past. She's clearly on a mission. Han Yujin, ever vigilant, spots something in the distance, her eyes narrowed in focus. She raises her rifle, taking aim with practiced precision, ready to engage whatever threat she's identified. A close-up on her eye reveals her intense concentration, the target reflected in her gaze. With a sharp crack, she fires her weapon, the bullet tearing through the air. The drone, which was previously flying, now plummets to the ground, smoke trailing behind it. Lee Jinwoo, still in his bunker, sees the drone's signal disappear from his screen, a slight frown on his face. He mutters to himself, realizing that someone must have shot down his drone. Back on the rooftop, Han Yujin watches the fallen drone, her mission accomplished. She then turns her attention to something else, her gaze sweeping across the ruined cityscape. Below, the remaining raiders are still being overwhelmed by the mutated dogs, their desperate struggle continuing. One raider, surrounded and terrified, screams for help as the monstrous creatures close in. The raider leader, trying to maintain control, yells at his team to fall back, realizing the situation is dire. He looks around, searching for an escape route, his face etched with panic. Suddenly, a figure appears in the distance, walking calmly through the chaos. It's Lee Jinwoo. The raider leader spots him, his eyes widening in disbelief and fear. Lee Jinwoo raises his hand, a chilling aura emanating from him, ready to unleash his power. The raider leader, now utterly terrified, realizes the true danger they are in. Lee Jinwoo unleashes a powerful attack, a massive explosion of energy engulfing the area. The night is shattered by a blinding flash, a violent explosion ripping through the desolate cityscape. A cityscape single eye, wide with a mix of fear and determination, reflects the chaos. Another victim falls, blood splattering against the grimy street as Lee Jinwoo stands over him, has become the hunting ground of a relentless sniper. Lee Jinwoo observes the scene, noting that this neighborhood, dangerously close to his bunker, has become the hunting ground of a relentless sniper. He considers the sniper's tactics, a warning shot, then an immediate kill shot, almost as if she's trying to justify her actions, claiming she has no other choice. This calculated approach makes her far more dangerous than a simple defender, a truly problematic opponent in these lawless times. Lee Jin-woo gazes up at the imposing building, knowing he's about to visit a neighbor he's never met, drawn by the sheer weight of her identity. Her distinctive uniform, weapon, and even her hair scream one thing: she's an American soldier, a highly trained operative. The thought of her attempting to reclaim the nearby Air Force base and sweeping the area sends a chill down Lee Jin-woo's spine. That would spell big trouble for him. While he'd prefer to avoid a direct confrontation with a soldier of her caliber, Lee Jin-woo knows he'll have no choice if she dares to invade his territory. He watches, waiting for the telltale sign that the gunshots have ceased, a routine he's come to expect from his dangerous neighbor. This lull in the firing must mean she's finally gone to sleep, making it the perfect, albeit risky, moment for Lee Jin-woo to make his move. With a quiet thud, Lee Jin-woo scales the wall, his movements precise and silent in the dead of night. He lands on the rooftop, crouching low, his rifle at the ready, scanning the desolate surroundings. A soft click echoes as Lee Jin-woo cocks his weapon, preparing for whatever lies ahead. He sweeps his rifle across the empty rooftop, a flicker of confusion crossing his face as he realizes there's no one here. The rooftop is eerily silent, littered with debris, but no sign of the sniper he's been tracking. Suddenly, Sergeant Kim Min-jae, the American soldier, appears from the shadows, her rifle aimed, catching Lee Jin-woo completely off guard. A look of shock washes over Lee Jin-woo's face. She knew he was coming, and she was waiting to ambush him. Sergeant Kim Min-jae's eyes are cold and unwavering as she warns him, her voice firm. She's not bluffing, and he needs to drop his weapon. Before he can react, Sergeant Kim Min-jae opens fire, forcing Lee Jin-woo into a desperate struggle for survival as bullets fly. The close-quarters combat is brutal and chaotic, a flurry of blows and gunshots as they both fight with deadly intent. Lee Jin-woo manages to land a powerful kick, sending Sergeant Kim Min-jae reeling back. The soldier cries out in pain, her face contorted, as the force of the blow takes its toll. She collapses to the ground, groaning, seemingly incapacitated by Lee Jin-woo's attack. Lee Jin-woo presses his foot onto her back, pinning her down, asserting his dominance in the fight. He apologizes, explaining that he initially planned to leave after assessing the situation, but circumstances changed. He glances at her discarded rifle, realizing it would be a massive problem if raiders got their hands on such a weapon. Lee Jin-woo tells Sergeant Kim Min-jae she should have kept her head down if she wanted to survive this brutal world. He coldly informs her that her current predicament is her own fault for not being more cautious. Suddenly, a faint click breaks the silence, making Lee Jin-woo's head snap up, his senses on high alert. Sergeant Kim Min-jae's eyes widen in terror, screaming at him to look away, to close his eyes. Lee Jin-woo is momentarily stunned, realizing with a jolt that there's another enemy, another threat lurking nearby. He swiftly turns, rifle raised, ready to face this new, unexpected danger. Lee Jin-woo shouts a warning, demanding the unseen presence to stay back. A small figure steps out from a doorway, revealing herself to be a young girl. Lee Jin-woo aims his weapon, his gaze fixed on the child, a new layer of complexity added to this already tense situation. The little girl Kim Yuri looks up with wide, scared eyes, calling out for her mommy. Lee Jin-woo's expression shifts to one of utter shock. He can't believe he's just been fighting a mother with a child. Despite her injuries, Sergeant Kim Min-jae lunges with surprising strength, tackling Lee Jin-woo to protect her daughter. Lee Jin-woo is taken aback, thinking he had her subdued, wondering how she still possesses such strength. He raises his pistol, a grim resolve on his face, knowing he needs to put her down before she can cause more trouble. His eyes are hard, his decision made, as he prepares to end the confrontation. But then Sergeant Kim Min-jae is on her knees, cradling Kim Yuri, her pistol now aimed directly at Lee Jin-woo, a desperate mother protecting her child. Lee Jin-woo realizes that from her perspective, this desperate act is the only option that offers any chance of survival for her and her daughter. He glances at her discarded rifle, understanding that without it, her choices are severely limited. With her back against the wall, holding her child, Sergeant Kim Min-jae's only remaining option is to pull that trigger. In a flash, Lee Jin-woo kicks her hand, sending the pistol flying, disarming her once more. He looks at Sergeant Kim Min-jae, his voice firm, telling her that his territory is nearby. Lee Jin-woo points, offering her and Kim Yuri refuge, warning her to stay within his area and keep her child safe, a surprising act of mercy in the apocalypse.